Yay!
I know, right? So dramatic. Everything is just. After 4 weeks, they could be just happy we're back. Of course, the start wasn't going to be as smooth as I usually can pull off, but hey.
That's all
There
they
you
get.
go.
There you
But
go.
hey.
There it is.
But hey.
That's it right there.
That was kind of just ghetto, but hey, that's what I got. That's what you get. Hey, this is Jameer Ezel in the studio with Queen Lay, and we
Hello,
are
hello.
Tangent Bandits.
I'm sorry, I'm tagging.
Coming back after a couple weeks of vacation. We had a few things we had to take care of.
Vacation is what we calling it.
I had to call the vacation because we took rain checks.
We did. It gets busy when it starts to warm up outside.
It wasn't even warming
was
up.
graduation
The days
season.
we took off, it was raining. So
Yeah.
that's what it was for me because it was flood warnings and stuff. And y'all know I don't have the best of cars, so
He said I ain't taking no chances.
I can't just be out here in any type of weather.
How
How you been though?
I've been good. I did basically like I'm helping with this summer camp at the church.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's every Saturday, and I did basically I'm doing workshops. It's every Saturday for June, but I'll miss the last two because, like I said, when it gets warm outside, things start to come up.
You said that.
But yeah, so I did a workforce development workshop, and then this Saturday I'll be doing one on resumes, resume writing for high school students, and then also a job search workshop for some of the parents that'll be there. So it's good, fun, good experience. And then also opportunity to network. Like I met some people from different organizations. I was able to pass out my business cards. And I'm on the brink of like accomplishing a major goal, but I ain't gonna say it yet until it's done.
Okay.
But it's almost there. How you
I
been?
feel it. In comparison to you, it's pretty
Don't compare
regular.
it.
Oh, there you go.
You got a whole nother lane over there. I'm right here. You over there.
Don't compare it. By comparison, I haven't been
You still compared it.
I haven't been doing nothing, okay? I just been
Self-reflecting.
yeah.
Okay.
Just letting my mind come back together. You know. It's been a while since I've been like just chill. So I'm trying to find a way to enjoy that.
Yeah, that's an adjustment to make though. Did you find ways to enjoy it? Or
I have.
anything specifically?
No, not this specific.
No.
What is you talking
I would use
about?
it to like, I don't know, like map out what I want to do next.
I'm supposed to be going back to school, so.
Oh, master's program?
No.
What is it?
Maybe like an associate's in engineering, radio engineering.
Oh.
We discussed this already.
Okay, that was a while ago. It's been a minute.
I don't know.
I gotta let my. Oh, I guess you can hear me. It just sounds really like I can't hear myself.
It's just not as high as it usually is. You can turn the microphones up if that helps.
And then I feel like I can hear you better, and I can hear myself better. Like I need to hear it instead of just.
You want yours
like
turned up?
No, I'm good now. Now I can hear.
You sure?
I believe so.
You can hear. I just sound different because I'm talking lower today. Is that what it is?
Oh, well, then you need to do your other voice.
Do my other voice.
I guess. I don't know. All right, we got to get to it. But
I know we are BSing.
Yeah, just a little bit. So, if this is your first time listening to Tangent Bandits, we have a couple segments, and I think we're going to start with the good stuff first.
Yeah, you always start with the good stuff first.
Yeah, so we're going to start with our cosign. These are the things that we like, things that we're excited about, things we want to promote, things that we want to see happen a little bit more often. So first, there is a school. It's called Robert W. Coleman Elementary. They partner with an organization, which is called Holistic Life Foundation, and they've established basically I guess I would say behavioral intervention for some of the students in the school.
Okay.
So for those troubled students, the ones that you would usually send to detention or maybe even get suspended and send them home back to their mothers, they are now offering them meditation. So it's meditation, but it's in like multiple forms. So there's like yoga. There's basically a mindfulness segment that they have available to the students. So instead of sending them away or sending them home or sending them to detention, they're able to go to a specific area in the school and meditate and talk with someone one on one for them to determine like what's the best method of providing them some type of help. And when I was reading the article, it showed that since they've implemented that partnership, there have been zero suspensions. Like nobody's been turned away. The behavior has improved, and I really think that um, when you add in stuff that's a little like an alternative to what they're normally used to, instead of like giving punishment, and instead giving them an outlet, you tend to get better results, even if it's from adults. Like at my job, I had Ashley do a mindfulness segment in our class. Initially, I was like, "Ooh, Lord, I don't know how they're gonna take this," but it was a good moment, and I participated too. So everybody closed their eyes. We dimmed the lights. We had music going. She was giving words of inspiration and walking around the room, and she had like rocks in a little glass or whatever. Um, but it was beneficial, and it actually lifted the spirits of the guys because that same day we had talked about criminal history, barriers to employment, all of the stuff that will make the average person basically like depressed or feel like they don't even want to continue searching for employment. Do you have any input?
I'm just letting you go.
I'm done.
I
You
mean,
gotta talk.
uh,
Hey, okay.
I understand that I have to. I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted
No,
to allow
I was
you
talking
to
until you chimed in.
speak the whole
Yeah.
thought out. But
Yeah.
I think that's encouraging that you guys gave them some tools to self reflect and then put a positive spin on it by giving them an environment, a set and
Yeah.
setting to where they know that they're going to be taken care of with those difficulties, those barriers to reentry.
Yeah. And like back to the students, I just wanted to reiterate that they really address stress and also anxiety. And when I was reading it, it made me think about the ACEs, like the things that a lot of children go through in their childhood that leads to prolonged trauma, or it leads to them not being able to find employment or not being able to have um, healthy relationships with others. Um, I would like to think if we had that implemented in all schools as like being a necessity, it would really make a difference in how they interact with others. On to the next.
Yeah.
I wanted to highlight our millennial spotlight. It was Miss DJ Young Red. She's actually a friend of mine from college. We met because I was telling her how my dad had a lot of kids in Toledo, and I had just met two of my sisters like my freshman year of college, and I was like, for all I know, girl, you might be my sister. And since then, she was like, sister. So we always called each other
Mm-hmm.
sisters and stuff like that. But I wanted to spotlight her for some of her recent accomplishments. So DJ Young Red, obviously, she's a DJ. She's from Toledo, Ohio. She graduated from the University of Toledo. She started DJing back in 2006. She would be in our dorm mixing things up, practicing, getting prepared. I remember one time she told me, I think it was, and I hope this is right, but I think she did, tell me that she had met Diddy and he shook her hand and was telling her, like, you know, one day you're going to be something great, basically. Since then, she's become a member of Core DJs, Derv DJs, and she also founded Full Effect Radio, which is in Toledo. And one of the special things about her services is that her clients love how professional she is, and she really is good at like interacting and engaging the crowd. So we wanted to give a shout out to DJ Young Red. You can follow her on Instagram at DJ Young Red. The Young is Yung, and she also has a website which is www.youngred.com. www.djyoungred.com. And for booking, I know most recently she moved to Atlanta, but she does still travel, especially to like the Ohio area, like Cincinnati and also Columbus. So make sure that you email her if you're interested in booking, which is book DJ Young Red, and the Young is YUNG, book DJ Young Red at gmail.com. And that is our Melanated Millennial Spotlight.
Woo-hoo.
I wish we had like a cheer button or something.
I do,
Don't
but
like, yeah.
I'm so late though.
It's delayed. It'll be a delayed
See,
cheer for that.
see,
That was loud.
it's not really good. I don't. Maybe this one. No, they're all trout.
That was intense, though.
I know, right?
It sounds like a TV set or something like that. Where they say clap, applaud.
It's
Okay, but shout out to DJ Young Red, our Melanated Millennial Spotlight. On to other things. Do you want to talk about Mr. Jay-Z?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, do you? Is that what you meant?
Yes.
That's not what. That's not.
No.
What
Okay. Alrighty.
I'll chime in.
Okay. So Jay-Z, he was most recently highlighted as the first billionaire rapper. Is that the right
Yes.
way to say it? All right, that's why I asked you to do it because I wasn't sure.
Oh.
First billionaire rapper. There was, there's some whispers that it was actually Dr. Dre who was the first billionaire rapper, but I'm not quite sure. So that's something I have to look into. But we do want to congratulate Mr. Jay-Z on his accomplishments. That is a big deal for him to be a billionaire. And all I would say is continue to pay it forward. I've seen some of the things that you have done, and we just want to give congratulations to that. Speaking of money makers, I want to talk about bad girl Riri, Rihanna. So she just launched her Fendi collection, and I watched some coverage from Vogue, I believe, and with listening to her speak and talk about, what her inspiration was, she spoke a little bit about vision, which is like something that I have been either I've decided like my spirit has been leaning on vision so much like over this last month and a half, like so strong. I don't know why, but I've been seeing it everywhere. Whether I'm listening to somebody talk about vision or I'm reading about it, it just seems like it just keeps like reoccurring. And she was speaking about like envisioning what her idea was or what she wanted her clothing line to look like. And she just talked about how great it was to see those things come into fruition, which I was like, oh, I can identify with that. And I'm still chasing that moving forward. She also talked about the importance of visualizing your goal and then making sure that you take the appropriate steps. So, with some of the conversation, it was that she pretty much started off with her being the face of the brands of other people. So basically making other people money. And she wanted to shift where she was going with her career and instead say, if I'm going to be the face of something, I might as well be the face of my own stuff.
Yeah.
And the money that she's made, especially with just the Fenty collection, the Fenty
Beauty.
makeup, the beauty, it put her at 600 million, which has her listed on Forbes as the richest female musician. And I was surprised that she beat out Beyonce. I don't know why. I just always assumed that Beyonce is like
the pinnacle. Of everything.
Yeah, like just like Beyonce up there. And then I was looking further, but it's really like it's Rihanna, then it's Madonna, then it's Celine Dion, and then it's B.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and I guess that might be like a cultural thing where I tend like she's just like the first person that comes to mind. But we want to give a special shout out.
Considering she's like,
go ahead.
Nothing.
Oh no, go please.
I was saying she was Beyonce is like the first one of black people you think of.
Yeah, especially if you say like rich female artists.
Yeah, but then Rihanna isn't really black. She's more foreign type
definitely
thing.
Definitely foreign vibe. But she advocates for blacks.
She does. I'm not going to say she's not black,
She did. No, I see
but
what you.
she's more of a foreign artist where more people could connect to her. Where Beyonce is like predominantly black at this point, so she's the first.
Predominantly.
Uh, I mean,
I'm just joking.
her personality has some passivity
Definitely.
that could be portrayed as white. So
Yeah, she.
even like with the little article they have of her in
Which one?
the one they have this week, her at the basketball game, and the woman reaches over her to speak to Jay-Z, and although she passively makes a face and just shrugs it off, she kind of like nudges her.
I felt like I could read her whole face. Just like when Omari kissed her, did that double kiss, her face was just like, what the heck? Ew. Like, oh, I can't believe you just did that. And then with old girl was like, okay, it's not that important. Back.
Yeah.
You don't got to keep on. And you right in front of me. And fans are looking at me. And she's waving. Hi.
Yeah.
As soon as she get done waving, old girl's like, and I thought it was funny that, well, that's expected that the Beehive was going to go crazy about it and, dropping their little bumblebees under her photos and stuff. But she spoke out. And did you see what she said?
No.
Basically, she was like, I guess she's the wife of the owner of the basketball team. And she was like, I'm happily married. I don't think Beyonce would approve of this either. Basically, like how they're attacking her, quote unquote. You got to be careful when you mess with that Beehive.
Right.
Ask Dion. She said Beyonce is not iconic yet as compared to all of the other icons. Do you agree with that?
I think Woody Williams went over this kind of well. She said, like, for Deion Sanders standards, then yeah, she's correct. Because icon, in accordance to Deion Sanders, Dionne Warwick, I think there's a particular age that is attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
They think you have to be like 60 and have survived it. You have
just super longevity.
Yeah, like my whole life has been this career, and even by that standard, Beyonce does reach it because my whole life I have been this career.
She started young.
But your whole life has to be like your whole life, so you have to be on the verge of death before you become an icon to some of these people.
And I was thinking too, not just age, but it could be something associated with like your music, like the music that you put out. Is this something that my children's children is gonna be like, oh, I'm jamming to this too? That's one thing that I would think about. And I don't know if I can say that for all Beyonce because
yeah,
sometimes she turned up, and then she does have ballads, but I feel like her ballads are like pushed all the way back. And that might be just her trying to keep up with times. But I feel like Whitney kept up with times too, and she still had timeless songs, timeless music. I think that's the other part that she probably was talking about too. If the music is timeless and so many different people can connect to it, not just the Beehive or the typical Beehive members. That's what I would say. Like, is it like a margin of people that support her, that are like die hard for her? Like, who's all in the crowd at Beyonce concerts?
It seems like everybody, but I don't know.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well, I think another big point that we're missing in this whole Rihanna Jay-Z thing is diversification. They both are music artists, but they've made a predominant amount of their wealth through other endeavors that they decided to pursue. So like Jay-Z, he made his money. In case you're wondering where that billion comes from. Real estate investments, art collection is $75 million in that. His music catalog, his stake in Rock Nation, his stake in Tidal and Douce, the champagne company, as well as another Ace of Spades, yeah, the champagne company. Douce is the liquor company. My bad. And then other investments such as in Uber. So they've all been fiscally responsible at spreading their money around.
Yeah, that's how you get it, really. Because I think even like
10 streams of revenue makes $1 million. I remember hearing that.
I try to have multiple streams of revenue. I try to maintain it. I think between me and Daoud, we probably have 4 or 5. Now I'm not saying I'm getting rich off of, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I have multiple ways of getting money. But that's one thing that I always try to keep at the forefront too. Now, hopefully, I can get to a Jay Z or Rihanna level and really make bank. But that is the ultimate goal. And I always hear, especially like older people always say that, like, you should have multiple streams of income. If you're going to have a regular job, you should have something that you do on the side. Because you never know what can happen, anyways. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep those things in mind. Next, well, I guess this is our last cosign. I just wanted to again make the announcement that Black Positivity Night, the first event was May 4th of this year, went really well, so we decided that we wanted to do it again. We're still looking for a venue. If you know a place, please message me because it's not that easy. We really love Temple of Passions. It was the perfect, ideal location, but that's no longer available. Um, so the next Black Positivity Night is going to be September 14th. The theme is karaoke. So last time we had like live performances and things like that. Instead, we're going to give the mic to the people and let them entertain themselves and everybody else. I think it's really going to be a lot of fun. I'm already making my karaoke list of the songs that I would like to sing. You have any songs in mind?
I have a few.
You got a few. I got them written down because I want to make sure I can get it going. And we're looking for a location. One of the major things that we did want everybody to know about Black Positivity Night, the karaoke night, is that we're going to donate a portion of the ticket sales to a nonprofit organization. We're in the middle of talking with organizations to see exactly which one we want to partner with. We are preferably trying to partner with an organization that provides services to, whether it be underprivileged, provide services that assist people of color as well. So hopefully that's something that we can get kind of locked down and be able to announce very soon. We're still accepting sponsors. With our last event, I would say most of it, the bulk of it was covered by the donations that were given to us by our beautiful, loving, giving sponsors. So we want to make sure that we keep that theme alive. And we are also getting ready to send out information to potential vendors and also invite some of our vendors from the last event to return again. As we said last time, our vendors, they really made bank. At the first event, I was very happy because that was my biggest concern of everything. It's like, okay, I hope that we have enough people come, and I really hope that the vendors see some money out of it. I wanted them to really get some support and some exposure, and I didn't want them to feel like it was like a waste of time. So we were able to make sure that they had it, and we want to go ahead and do it again. If you're interested in being a vendor, you can just message me or Positive Paula directly, and then we'll let you know exactly what you have to do and what you get in return for signing up as a vendor. And that is our cosign.
Okay.
So, on the other end, now is our next segment, which is the sign segment, which stands for Stop. That's negative. Oh, it's negative. I said that.
It's okay.
Y'all know what I meant? So, I know a lot of people have been talking about this viral video with this guy named Craig Brooks. It was Craig Brooks Jr. And he recorded himself responding to a customer at the hotel that he works in. So apparently, before the customer arrived, the customer called him the N-word over the phone. And I don't know if he reached out to management and told them, and they gave him the okay to turn her away. But when she arrived, every request that she made, everything that she said to try to convince him to allow her to actually book and stay at the hotel, he just denied it, and he just kept saying, "It's above me. It's above me. It's above me." And I think that was just, it was pretty One, it's good that he held his composure, but I felt like it was like good instant karma. You cannot talk to people anywhere, any way that you want, whether it be over the phone or in person, and then still feel like you are entitled for them to do exactly what you want them to do. That just didn't make no sense. And here she is sobbing, but he did give her an alternative. Again, I give him a shout out for doing that. Are you going to play the video?
You want me to?
Oh, you can.
Okay, here's the video.
Oh.
Oh, they gonna make it difficult.
You just press play? Oh.
He was not backing up off it either. He was going all the way with it.
So
Like,
calm about it though. Like
no, it's
it's
not gonna
above me.
happen.
No, the Best Western is open. You can head over there. And she thought like, oh, if I put my sob story, my mom just died. That still don't give you the grounds to be, calling me the N word. Girl, bye. I was wondering, was she expecting like for somebody else to be there to check her in?
I don't know.
That didn't make no sense.
I just I have had incidents over the phone though. I got fired from a job because of a phone.
Ooh, I need to know what happened. What
I
was
called
this at?
somebody a B on accident.
Why would you? What happened?
Well, so I'm calling the call off, right? And there's always like the people.
So it was a coworker.
Yeah. What?
Go ahead. I need to know.
I'm just saying. I mean, we only got so many topics, so I'm helping us get a little time out of this. Uh, it wasn't my fault though, cause they always play people. The call off people always play on the phone. They're like the dispatch too, and they're like not good at their job. So people would call in all the time and wouldn't be able to call off because they would be like not answering the phones or whatever.
Oh, that's a problem.
So you would get like wrote up for not calling off because they wasn't answering the phones. So I'm a little agitated. I get the phone answered and I'm trying to call off, but they want my badge number and I don't have my badge with me. I'm like, if I had my badge with me, I would be on my way to work. So like, well, we can't write you down as a call off and because you don't have your badge number. I'm like, that's not true. I've called plenty of times before and called off and didn't have my badge number.
I'm waiting to see when you insert the B word. Go ahead.
So they're like going back and forth with me, and then they like I go off the phone as if they put me on hold, but I'm thinking they hung up on me. So I said, I know this bitch ain't just hang up on me.
Did she say hello after that?
No. So I hung up and I called back. What?
Go ahead. What did you say when you called back?
I'm like, I'm still need to call off.
She was like, no, you don't.
It was like, we heard you call us a B. I'm like, so y'all playing on the phone then?
It's your fault.
Because you was supposed to be hung up on me.
You said you was going on hold. So maybe she didn't know how to work. You know how some people be like, I don't know how to put the call on hold, so I'm just press mute.
And then it wasn't even the person I was talking to. It was another person. So I'm like, if you heard, how's y'all both listening to the same call? So what is y'all doing in there? Like, y'all really playing on the phone? So they had been trying to fire me for a minute because I had been raising
So on
them
your last leg,
little
they don't
bitty
play
hell.
around.
So after all that, they just kind of put me on suspension and just didn't let me come back.
Well, well, well.
It wasn't a real firation because they knew they couldn't fire me, so
uh,
they suspended me, and they could suspend you for up to 3 months. And of
mm,
course, you're not gonna sit there and not make money for 3 months, so you
um,
get another job.
that's a typical employer tactic because
Yeah,
they don't want to let you go, especially if it's a place where they know they're gonna have to give you unemployment. They don't want to let you. They want you to decide to go ahead and leave. So we're gonna put this pressure on you. The things they do, they either do like how they did to you. You're on suspension for 3 months, or they just decrease your hours to where you just get fed up. Like it ain't no point in me coming here. Just shoving them on out the door. Shoving them on out the door. Okay.
the funny part is they needed me, and I was like one of the better workers.
Mm, not with that B word.
They was
Did
bitches.
they have a conversation about that like specifically?
No, we didn't have no conversation. It was
Oh,
just
it
like
just was okay.
it was like write a statement and we're sending you home. And then I just never came home after that. Wrote a statement.
Well,
They have been like I
their
said,
loss.
like for real, for real. They have been like I said, they have been trying to get rid of me for a while because one manager didn't like me, but the other manager was trying to promote me. So the manager that didn't like me was trying to get rid of me before they promoted me.
I don't understand. I mean, I can see like okay, you're the manager, your employee, you don't really like them, but when you like fire somebody or let somebody go or force them to leave a job, it's literally like messing with their livelihood. So you okay with at the end of the day, you're the reason of why somebody is no longer employed. Like
I
letting
was just
somebody go
like,
was never exciting.
I went up to her after I left, and I was like, "You are so corny," because I was like, "I told you if you didn't like me that bad, I could switch shifts. Like it
We
wasn't
could
no
have just
big
did
deal.
that.
We could have just did that. Like you really didn't. You really went through the efforts of getting me like fired because you didn't want me around. You didn't want me to be as successful as I could be here." And it had to be that because when she found out that they was about to promote me, stuff got different around there with
Hateration.
everybody. But that's it.
Oh, toxic work environments. Speaking of things being toxic.
Toxic. Oh yeah, go good for you.
Ah. I personally haven't been watching. Have you been watching Black China Show on Zeus?
I have not.
Okay, me neither, so I don't feel bad. But I seen a clip, and it was a bit much. So apparently, her and her mom. I don't even know exactly what the basis of the argument was, like when it started, because the clip basically starts with her mom like right up on her, telling her that she needs therapy. You need therapy. And she, like how you said, it sounded like she was saying it to like
Really?
hit a nerve, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like trigger her, like you need therapy, you need help, you need to get it straight or whatever. Um, I've seen like parents like go in on their kids like as adults, and but I've never seen nothing that intense before.
I have.
Calling her, your mama calling you a bitch and all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too much for my heart. That was too much. But I did have to watch it a couple times because I had to see who touched who first because I was getting confused. So basically, she was stepping. What's her mother's name? Tokyo. Tokyo was stepping in Angela's face, basically telling her she needs therapy. There was a lot of like putting hands up and like pointing things that lead to combat. And yelling and calling each other out their name. That was like sad to watch, but I had to keep rewinding it because I needed to
It was
know.
intrigued.
I needed to know if she actually touched her, but that beginning part did remind me because I seen. Have you seen like those little videos where it be like your mom tried to whoop you and all you did was try to run away, and then she get on the phone telling her friends like so and so tried to hit me.
Right.
That was a classic example of that because
Yes.
she did not hit her or nothing, but she kept putting her hand in her face. So of course you guys are going to touch because you keep putting your hand in my face.
Right.
Mm, that was a bit much.
I think what I took away from this scene was that this is a classic scenario of who you desire to be versus who you are. This is like Angela Kardashian, who I wanted to be, but Black China is who I am type thing.
Mhm.
And this is us getting to see a whole new side of her to where this is the attitude she brings around her mother and uh her more difficult times, and when she's not trying to be like this pristine, I want to fit in type of
Mhm.
girl.
Um.
And this would be like a good, this would be her black moment.
Definitely was a blackout moment. I don't think she really wanted to hit her mom though, because she didn't really start acting crazy until her mom was like literally walking out the door. Before that, it was let me get away, get out of my house, let me get away, get out of my house. She did kind of like snatch from her, but that was intense. I couldn't imagine having no argument like that with my mom. That's crazy. Do you think it's difficult to get rid of like toxic relationships, especially if it's like a family member?
I think this is a classic scenario of survivor's remorse. Like Black China has made it to an extent,
Mhm.
but her mother has not, and she has to like see if she wants to bring her along for the ride.
Mm.
And her mother makes it extremely hard for her to bring her along for the ride.
Mm. I could see that.
And what did you
There might be some animosity there too, though, because
right, that
of
she's the
her
one that made
success.
it.
Yeah, and it's like you acting different, or now you want me to act different too. Which I mean, I see that a lot when people decide like, oh, it could be like I'll give a simple example, like, oh, you still eating meat? I don't eat meat no more.
Right,
Ew. So then now the other person is like, oh, so now you all of a sudden you just disgusted with me because I don't, you know what I'm saying?
right,
It's easy to feel like that. And I feel like if you're going to go on your own personal journey, don't try to put that on everybody. So even if it is like, I want my mom to be here, let her do her progress and work her way up to wherever she's going to be. But you can't really force it. I'm on this level, so now you got to be there with me. Because if you do drag her along, I think you ain't gonna do nothing but get more arguments like what they just had. Because she not ready.
right.
They got a lot of dysfunction, and she had her young too, so they just seemed it looked like sisters fighting for real, as opposed to like a mom and a daughter.
Yeah,
It didn't. There ain't no mama bucking up like that. That didn't make no sense.
she was a little too ready for her.
She was like ready. She was the antagonizer. I was like, "Ooh, this lady crazy. Don't let her catch y'all on the street. Don't let her do it." But I will say there has been an update, and like Black China posted her and her mom, I think on Instagram or Facebook or whatever the case, and she's saying that they're working on it, and nothing is more important than family and love. So hopefully things have improved, and hopefully they don't have another blow up like that. That was embarrassing to have that on that TV show. So that was our negative or our sign segment. Um, I think the last thing that we wanted to talk about was the fact that me and Jameer, we graduated from John Hay Early College.
Oh, this is our tangent.
Nah, not really attention, but Jack, this is the last topic. We graduated from John Hay Early College in 2009. So I've been telling everybody I'm 21, but the math wouldn't add up. But anyways,
Too stupid.
we graduated in 2009, and our 10-year high school reunion is coming up, and it's going to be not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. And I mean, I'm excited to see a few people. I think the suspense isn't there like how it was probably for previous generations because we have Facebook. So like I done seen most of y'all. I done seen your kids. Now that I think about it, I don't know about going to the park because
I don't think I'm going either.
you know. But and I got this community event that I kind of want to go to too on the 16th. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna do that. But anyways, so with Facebook and social media, everybody has like been connected to some extent. Whether you talk to that person every day or if it's every now and again, or you just see them post every day. So I really don't even know what to expect.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I post a lot, so I feel like
yeah.
there would be no questions
For you.
except just hey,
Yeah.
it's good to see you after all of this time. Um, I've never been on a good time. Have you been on a good time?
Yeah, I've been on it a few times.
I ain't never been on it, man.
I, th- I don't know. Somebody said they're looking forward to the fact that you won't actually have to talk because the music will be on. So I'm like,
Okay, now I don't want to go.
Why do you don't want to talk?
Right. That don't even make. Who said that?
I'm not gonna tell you on air.
Who said that? Well, then let me tell you what else I seen. Then I seen somebody saying that they. I don't know about going to the reunion because I wasn't popular. Nobody
Yeah.
really knew me, and I just was like, "Girl, we all knew each other."
Yeah, it was such a small class.
It was a small class, and in my mind, I don't know, maybe I'm delusional, but I don't think anybody was popular or anybody was lame. Like I feel like we all knew each other. You might have had like two people
who
you
were
hung with.
super popular. If you won homecoming queen and king, you were super popular. So you had a super popularity going on.
I really do not feel like I was. I don't think nobody was.
Yeah, it was people who were more popular than others. Of course, it's always that.
I feel like everybody had a beating heart and a mouth, and we all talked.
We were all noticed, but were people.
We might have been noticed for certain things, like okay, I did jazz band and like anything with music and stuff like that and drama, but. I mean, I don't know. In my mind, I don't see like, ooh, so-and-so was so lame in high school. Like, that is not there.
Maybe because you were the nice, popular girl, but you were definitely one of the popular people because that's how you won.
I don't call myself active.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
The good active, not the other active.
You stupid.
That's later in life.
Because that'll get you voted homecoming queen, too, if you're active.
No, marketing gets you voted homecoming queen. Because homecoming, you had to get, that was all grades.
Yeah.
Prom queen, that's more difficult because that's just the class.
Yeah.
I had leverage for homecoming queen.
Yeah.
I could convince all of the freshmen to vote for me.
Yeah. You don't think that made you popular?
Those are my babies. Huh?
You don't think that made you popular?
No, I just think it made me a good marketer.
Stupid.
I seen the opportunity, and I was like, let me go ahead and let me see what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then it worked. That was my first marketing campaign.
You silly.
I'll save that for an interview later.
You silly.
For a job interview. Like, oh, yeah.
That'd be a good way to answer that question, huh?
Tell me about your experience. Well, it really started back in high school. No, I didn't think about that. But I don't know. And on seriousness, I think Chelsea has said that one time in the group too, like, you guys might not remember me. I'm like, who doesn't remember anybody from
the
class was so small.
You act like you didn't remember Sharnice for a minute.
Okay, well, she left. She
came late.
She came late. That's probably what it was.
Second year.
Oh yeah. Anybody that came late or possibly left early, I could be fuzzy. But if I see, like, when you had said that, I was like, oh, with the braces? Like, I was like, oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? And I said braces. You didn't even have to tell me that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, I had to think harder. Because I was like, oh, you hung with her. It just takes some time. But I still really do not, I don't think we had that high school. And I really think that only exists in movies.
What?
Here's the popular crowd.
No, it definitely.
Here are the jocks.
No, that's.
Here's the drama nerds. Because if that's the case, I was a nerd. Because I did drama, music, poetry club.
It doesn't exist in movies. It exists in real life as well.
Well, not our school.
Because the drama nerds were not nerds. They were like popular people because they did drama and they got to leave early. So amongst nerds, because we were all supposed to be nerds.
I think we was all nerds. That's why nobody's popular. Right. Because it was a school of nerds. Right. Thank you.
That's what it was.
That's a revelation right there. That's what I should have said.
Amongst nerds, you were popular.
Amongst nerds, then see, now you adding stuff in there. And I'm agreeing like, yeah, amongst nerds. You know, a nerd is a nerd is a nerd. But it was a school of nerds. Like, we didn't really have that many, like, fights or stuff like it was all trying to get our education, and that's it. I do think that there were, like, little cliques, clusters of people that hung together, but I still don't know.
What do you feel like? Do you feel like as adults we cluster in the same way?
Are you talking about, like, us from high school or just in general in life?
In general life. Do you still cluster? Do you find yourself in the cluster nowadays?
I really don't. I don't think so. No, because I just work with people. So it could be I'm over here doing something with like no, I really can't even see that because like I do
Really?
stuff with Ashley and I have this with you. But I don't like have a I'm about to these five people I talk to them every day or we all go and do stuff together
Oh,
or
okay.
I don't have no I don't. I have lines and boundaries.
You stupid.
You see, that's what we have. I don't think so. No. If I had a cluster, it would be like people that work in like human services or community service and trying to make community impact. But even then, those are all like one line, like those are all like connections where I do this with so and so, that with so and so, that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then Black Positivity Night is a collection of people, but even still, I don't know. No, I don't think
Is that like your
I'm really
current strategy of making yourself just as popular as in high school?
No. Well, I don't even think I have a.
I'm gonna just stay involved and stuff.
In my mind, I'm not trying to get popularity. In my mind, I'm trying to make money off of what I like to do,
Yeah.
and that's my. That's what I work towards.
I'm being facetious. You know that,
No,
right?
no, because now it's just making me think, and I'm just.
I'm
answering
trying to
questions.
just give us some
You
time.
trying to make me to say. I think I was popular.
No, I'm not trying to get you to say that. You didn't have to think you was. You knew you was because you got elected via populace into a position.
Oh, okay. Now you're trying to use words.
No, for real.
He's a populist.
You did.
Popular.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
A populace elected you for a higher position than what you were accustomed to.
I guess.
You know, they
have a way of describing
they
things.
have anointed you queen.
Anointed.
Yes.
Whoa.
So they wanted you to know that yes, amongst us, we consider you more popular than
We bestow upon you
Yeah.
the queen of the nerds.
Yes.
I still don't think that anybody was super popular though. I think we just all had little groups. I'm interested just to see everybody in person because I mean Facebook you can see posts and pictures, but that's only a snippet of reality. So this should be fun. I've never been on Good Time. Is our food included in the ticket?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was expensive to not include food. I thought it should include food.
I didn't look at that. I was just wondering.
You know, Ashley was saying that the only reason she think people are going is because they want to see who's not this and who's not that. Like, who's not a lawyer, who's not a doctor yet, and who's... And I was like, I'm not...
See what people was not?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to trying to, like, prove what I did or what I didn't do. I'm just going to go.
Yeah. I'm going to see people I ain't seen in a while. I would be on the opposite end. Instead of seeing who they did become, I'd be looking to see like who they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like Facebook, everybody puts everything there for you to see anyways. I just hope that a nice amount of people show up and we don't get on there and there's 10 of us kicking it.
I think it is. I was thinking about that too, like if it's only like 5 of us that actually show up.
What if? There's supposed to be a brunch the next day though, so.
See, I didn't even heard of a brunch. Where they brunching at?
I don't know. I gotta look at it again. I seen the post today though. There's an 11 a.m. brunch, and then it's supposed to be going somewhere to eat at 5 that same day, and then Sunday is the picnic. I'm just looking to spend time as adults. Because the last time we was together, we were all 17 and 18. Some of us 19, but no.
You stupid.
I just play. I don't know if anybody was 19.
Somebody was 18.
Somebody 19?
It would explain why they were so advanced.
It was like, hey, I still, no matter what I do, I got to graduate 2009.
Right.
But no, I'm excited. Are we going to cover it?
I don't know. I guess we can
I don't even know how we would cover it.
How we would go about that.
I was thinking about that. Well, you said it first, so I thought you had an idea. And then
I thought maybe they would give us like a moment at the picnic to be on the mic.
Was going to be a mic at the picnic?
I would think it would be a mic at the picnic. But that's all I was thinking. But now I don't even think I'm going to the picnic, so I don't know.
I don't know. I might.
I
go
was
to
a
the
lot
picnic.
more excited about it when I thought I was gonna be skinny. Now that I know I'm not, I'm just like, well, whatever.
Speaking of, that's something that Phil Shauna said. She said the reunion is in 2 weeks, and I still got to lose 5 more pounds. And everybody like, girl, you look okay, and she does look okay. I don't know. I'm not worried about weight. I am who I am.
Yeah.
Mm, you're chunky.
You stupid.
It is what it is.
Well,
I feel good.
that was Tangent Bandits this week, you guys. I hope you enjoyed sitting with us and watching us have our shenanigans. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.